We're on.
Hey, long
Yeah.
time no see it. People, our viewers. Funny enough, me and Bryan met, was it like late June, early July? I was in Florida and
Yeah.
I got to go to Miami. I got to meet Jose and Sarah, my two Miami friends. We wanted to vlog about it, but we were just we
Yeah,
didn't come
it
time.
was a crazy time. It
It was
was a
just a
crazy.
time and everything was random, but I did have a great time in Florida. Planning to go back again. But we have big news. Bryan is graduating with his MBA. Woo!
Woo!
Bryan and MBA. Bryan is MBA. Bryan got his MBA. 진짜 사람 똑똑해. 사람 똑똑해. He's with his masters with his MBA. And I'm still in mine. It's my last semester.
Yeah, you're
But,
almost done.
I am a little bit nervous, but let's just talk about like how does it feel to be having your MBA? Like that's a title, like you know what I mean? Like that's a big title.
Um, I don't know. Obviously, you feel excited and thankful for like being able to be a part of it, and finally getting it done. Because even though I took the shorter route for the year, it did at times feel long. But
Mm-hmm.
then at the end of the day, when you're finally graduating and up on the stage, you do kind of feel like wow, this is it's over. Like this is the end. Like this is what you did this whole year of just studying really really hard for, and it kind of just like happened. So I think it was just the main thing is like yeah, excitement. To finally get it done. Obviously, there's a little bit of sadness too, because when you start doing something like that, like an MBA or something, or even like university, you get so used to it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it kind of feels weird, like, during the week, oh, like you start thinking, oh wait, do I have class or not? And obviously you don't. So it's
Right.
like getting used to like that weird aspect of like, oh yeah, everything is done now, so you don't have to worry about those things. But
Okay.
and then obviously, you met some good people during the program, so it's also, sad that you don't see them as often. But,
Mm-hmm.
that's maybe a topic we'll talk later is like my overall journey. And the main thing, I want to say right off the bat is I don't have any, like, nothing that I say, I'm not going to say like names throughout unless people have already known them, like on the podcast. So
Mm-hmm.
like Justin and Nick, for example.
Woo!
But everyone else, I won't say names, but everything that I say is not in a negative view because nobody, to be honest, gave me like negative vibes or was like a bad person. But like
Mm.
obviously, depending on like, not everyone is gonna be your friend at the end,
Right.
or not everyone's gonna be around. So it's like, it's then, and to be honest, that's okay. Like you have to learn that those things happen. Like you're in a cohort together, and you might
Right.
be like together in that way, but not everyone is gonna stay talkative or stay there along the way. And that's not
Mm-hmm.
a bad thing necessarily. You just gotta, be okay with that. And some people stay, some people go. So, um, like I said, everything that's gonna be talked about is not in a negative way. It's just like the things I've experienced, the things I've, dealt with throughout the program and such.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just to share like insight. But again, it's nothing bad. So I'm pretty sure some people from the NBA will see this and they probably know who I'm talking about, but yeah, it's really not a bad thing or anything. It's just, you know, perspective, I guess is what you
Right.
say.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
But yeah, I would just say like, yeah, just finishing this excitement, finally get started, um, start looking for like better work to do. I
Right.
would say like jobs and stuff, getting to big corporations and things like that I want to start doing now. So that's the next journey is just, yeah, just doing a bunch of that. Um, and yeah, just resting a little bit tomorrow I'm excited. Have a bunch of family coming over. Sunday, plan on going to Universal with some friends. So that's
I
cool.
should have gone. I should have gone to Universal.
Um, and then yeah, just normal. Just been excited, and yeah, it's been wow. It's been what's today? The 15th? Wow, it's been literally almost more than 10 days already.
Wow.
13,
Wow.
13-ish, 2 weeks almost.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a long time. Crazy. But
And yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for the next journey. That's the main thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited to have this podcast too and just talk about, my experience and be able to share that with everyone, especially if people are going into the MBA or want to do their MBA. Talk
yeah.
a little bit about what happened for me and such like that. I think that would be cool for everyone to hear, but also like, like hear a different perspective than maybe what you're going through or things like that. I think it's always important to do that. So, yeah.
True, true. You talked about Nick and Justin. Had the opportunity to meet them. I think,
Mhm.
yeah, first time I met them, I think it was, how was I? I think I was waiting up and then
Yeah,
I just saw two
we came
random
in.
boys coming with you and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, and I was like, yeah, these are my people. Like, I think we only hang out one day, but they were very like, very accommodating. And I like,
Um,
Nick is more of like the quiet person, but he could also like
yeah,
have his own time. And Justin is just like, he's Justin. And then you're just like
yeah,
in the middle. And I was just like, this is just
yeah.
perfect combo. Like you guys are like Backstreet Boys in the NBA. But
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
And do you think that like friendship, like I'm doing my MBA. I have a friend, she's from Jamaica. Shout out to Ashika. But we've been doing the MBA together. Do you think that friendship played an important role in you actually graduating or just even like graduating or even like your life as a student doing your MBA?
Yeah. So the main thing for sure, like, I can definitely say like those two specifically have become such friends for me that not only did they help me along the way, because like I
Mhm.
met them in my actual first semester. We changed groups the 3 semesters that we were doing the program for, and in the first semester, that's when I met them, and they're part of my group, and that's when we kind of well, it was kind of interesting too because like when we first got together. Um, in orientation. That's when we first realized who our group was and such. They kind of like sat us there and then talked about the program and then they were like, "Oh yeah, so this is your time to meet your group, so sit around each other, start talking and stuff like that." And sometimes usually you have this like kind of like awkward thing where
Mhm.
you're kind of
Mhm.
like getting to know people and such. And that kind of didn't happen with us. The moment we kind of sat together, there was like a good synergy between all of us, even with the two other members in our group, where we kind of just sat around and then immediately just started saying like, "Hey, like this is what I do good. This is what you do good. Like let's talk
Mhm.
things out." And we all kind of like were able to understand each other really well in the first time. So it was like so easy for us. Like Justin's obviously you met him, very crazy, but very, very, very charismatic.
Right.
Has a lot of charisma. Happy, someone that's not afraid to be up front, in front of people.
Mhm.
Very, a great person to talk to in general, like just talk about life and things. So
Mhm.
he's someone that is, what we called him, the main guy in our group, right? The main front. So the charmer, the guy in the front, um, the CEO, the main
Mhm.
person, right? Well, you had someone like Nick, right? Who, like you said, quiet, but maybe a little to himself at times, but someone that can be very talkative and the nicest person in the world, obviously.
Right.
Someone that cares about people.
Mhm.
Actually, like has interest in a bunch of different things. Like when you get to know him, he has like sports, uh, entertainment, games, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's in everything. So he's one of like the best people ever. And then he like a good thing when you know somebody's like very good is like when he's always around in the bad moments, right? And then you need
Mm-hmm.
someone, he's always there. So
Right.
that's the telltale of somebody that's very good. And Justin is like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but for him, he's very gets things done like really well, a marketing kind of guy, being able to get videos and messages through or like essays or things like that. He's very like on point on things getting done. Great presenter too. So it was like for him, like we knew like, okay, if we need something to get done, boom, we hand it out to him. He already has everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Me, obviously with my background in like finance and stuff, so like I was like, okay, like if we have math things, I want to
Right.
be, the one up front helping out people. And more of my personality when I'm um like studying or like in school, I tend to be more, if I get things really well, be more of the helping like kind of teacher thing where
Mm-hmm.
it's like I help people out, mentor kind of.
Right.
So I tend to be more of that. So that was kind of my role. The two other people, the first one, she's very funny in a weird, cool way. She was very anxious about things, but when I say anxious, I don't mean in a bad way. Like, sure, she got anxious during like exams and things like that, but she
Right.
was
Right.
very bright and very um like just a very bright and awesome person. So because of the anxiousness, what I mean it was a good thing because she's so well planned, organized wise. She would take notes as like the best person I've ever seen take notes before. So
Mm-hmm.
like for her, we always counted for like exams for like review sheets or note taking and sending us things to like practice. So like she was our planner, our organizer, telling us,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is when things are have to be done, blah blah blah. And then the other person, she was very, I say very quiet. She was also very shy about like being the upfront person. So we kind of understood that from the beginning. So for her, she was very attentive about everything. So we always had her to like pay attention to, okay, if like okay, we have something to submit, boom, we handed it to her and she would make sure everything was double checked, double, like she was kind of like our checker of everything that we did. And like
Mm-hmm.
she's so good at catching stuff and like so very attentive. And she was smart too. She was and also a good person as well. So like for all of us, it was so easy to, okay, we all said that, right, at the beginning. So we all knew our kind of role. So like for our team, it was just like a transition into the program was so easy because we had such a great beginning with everyone. And then so that was lucky, but then like I said, after each semester after that, we changed groups. But you saw how close me and Justin and Nick are.
Yeah.
So we stayed together, even our whole group too. Like we stayed studying during exams.
Mm-hmm.
So like even after like we weren't supposed to be the teaming, we were. And that helped me throughout, be prepared. We sat with each other still in the back, even with different groups. So
Mm-hmm.
like we were still around each other. We were always there. Honestly, when, um, nothing ever went really wrong with like the program in terms of like grades and stuff. Usually there was like a grade or something that you're like, wow, like, okay. So like they were always there to be like, it's all right, come on, let's do it. We got the next one, blah, blah, blah. So like they were there for support too. So I think it's always a beautiful thing to have good friendships, especially at the beginning of the program, if you can meet like decent people. Where they're just there, like along through everything, the bad, the good, throughout the whole program, and I think that benefited me a lot because it allowed me to stay myself, right? But also, I don't know, just bring a lot of joy and consistency is like what you kind of want too, right? It's where every day, okay, sometimes it may not be the best, or you may not feel the best, but then you come to the MBA and then you're like, oh, there's my friend, there's my good friend right there next to me, and they're helping me along the way. So, um, yeah, I feel like if you can get friends like that, You'll be straight, like straight, like narrowly focused on like your program, but also straight in terms of like just having such a joy, right? Having such a joy in terms of doing it, like even though there was hard times, nothing felt overly
Mm-hmm.
hard and it was always fun, right? And there was always a
Mm,
fun way of dealing with things, a fun way of dealing with issues or problems, or fun, arguments in the group where, Justin could be very loud and such, so like trying to go after him and like, oh, a math problem he thinks is right, and I'm like, no, that's wrong, and this is the right answer, and he'd be like, no, and then we argue, and then he finds out I'm right, so it just ends up being funny, right?
right.
It's just like those fun moments that you can make that you couldn't make without like decent friends or good friends. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, that's what I hope people can do at the beginning. It's like just have people along your side that's gonna be by your side throughout the program. Care about them and hopefully they care about you. But again, maybe one thing I learned also in the program that we'll talk later. Um, you can kind of want to be friends with people, but if people don't want to give you the same energy or give you the same value, then don't stick around because it's just not going to be worth it at the end. Granted, like I said before, this isn't a shot to anyone. People have their own like things that they value and time and stuff like that. And like I said, they're all good people. But this is from my perspective and how I view things. So um, I felt like that was missing in a couple times. So for me, those are people that maybe I'm just not going to give my effort or time to anymore in terms of
mm,
like reaching out to them and such. So as we talk more about the program, that's probably to share more on like stories and things like that. But overall, yeah, have friends, especially like those two. And yeah, when you came, it was super funny because and by the way, I'll also when I'm editing this, guys, I'll put like pictures of me and Xerona when she came here, and then also with Justin and all them, so you can kind of know who I'm
you're
talking about, and the
talking about.
graduation.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just when you came, I was like, oh yeah, Zerona's kind of like super crazy too, so I think she's gonna fit really well. And also like with the three of us, like kind of like what you said is like really true. Like Justin is a very like upfront person, right? The very like crazy one.
Yeah.
And then Nick is the more kind of calmer, kind of like
But he is very
guy.
social too. Like he'll
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Nick is very social. But then I might be a little bit more quieter, but I'm kind of like more in the
You're in
middle.
the middle.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
in the you're in the middle. Yeah.
So like having you there was funny because it was just like a crazy overload. So it was fun. It was fun, especially how um you and Justin will try to get me to like uh annoyed with certain things and stuff
Oh
like that. So it's fun.
yeah.
And then obviously we went to Miami. I'll share pictures of that too. It was super fun meeting Jose and staying with
Shout out to
him.
Jose and Sarah.
Yes, shout out
Oh,
to them.
and what's her name? Hannah?
Ooh.
Jose's sister.
Oh, Apple.
Apple. Shout out to Apple. Sorry. Why did I say
Hannah.
Hannah? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
But yeah. Shout out to Apple.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, awesome people.
Very
Um,
awesome.
but yeah, that's pretty much what I'll say about that.
Mm.
I enjoy them. Uh,
Oh,
and yeah,
definitely.
have good friends. That's important for sure.
Yeah.
Makes
Like
things easier for sure.
yeah, like you mentioned, like Justin is like the CEO guy, like the person who's like out there, and Nick is like the do it guy, like everything is checked. And you're kind of like the helper. You're like both, but like you can, yeah, you fit into it, and then you have the person who's the planner, and then you have the person who's like pays attention to detail. And like I feel like when more like I'm also doing my MBA, and when I do, because in every MBA, I feel like you're gonna have group work. You're gonna have
Yeah.
mostly group
Oh,
work,
yeah.
not individual work. And I noticed that I think one of my favorite groups, we had someone like that. Like that team was good. Like I was more of the CEO person. Like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? and we had a guy who was to do it, and we had the helper, and we had the person. So, and we got, even if we were not the highest team, but we were so satisfied with our team and still had a good connection. Like if I see those people in my team and I see them, I'm like, hi, how are you? You know, this connection is still there. Yeah. So I feel like that's also very important for people who are considering doing your master, especially in the world of business. You know, you
For
have to
sure.
know what your strength is, what your weakness is, and you have to find
Mhm.
people and, tolerate
Mhm.
people in order to get the work done. And not just to make them, don't just make friends just because you want a good grade. I think that's very, very important.
Mhm.
You want to make lifetime friends or friends that, even if you guys don't normally talk, it's like not a, you can learn something from that person. The person can
Mhm.
learn something from you. That's one thing I'm still learning in the MBA. Do
Mhm.
you feel like more pressure? Because now I know you had your master's in finance and now you have an MBA. MBA is like a big thing, when you have your MBA, it's like big. Do you feel more pressure of like, I have to be like smarter, I have to be different, like since I have my MBA? Do you feel that? Or no?
Um, I don't think there's a pressure in terms of like being smart or anything like that because I feel like when you're doing the program and doing stuff like that, you're you're able to learn so much about business and in just general that I feel like that just comes with it and there's like no pressure with it in my view. It's like that's like the experience that we gain going through this, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
understanding that knowledge. The pressure that I think comes from that is there is obviously because like you said, an MBA is such a big thing in the business world that you feel like there is this pressure, okay, so the job that I'm going to get next is an important one, right? That's where the
Yeah,
pressure starts like looming. It's like, okay, you got this, so like now you can start making like big money
right.
after it. So this is the part where the big pressure is like, okay, finding this job, finding this opportunity to do something where I can start making like great money. I think that's where the pressure is, especially like when you're starting to end the program, is when you
Yeah,
start thinking about like, oh man, I gotta start applying and
yeah.
doing this and finding all this work. And especially um this work environment right now is really, really
Mm-hmm.
horrible. Like
Very.
I know a lot of people in the class were just trying and trying and trying and couldn't find anything. And then obviously you check like job reports and unemployment and all that stuff, and it's not looking great to be honest. So like it's a tough job market. So like
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna have to do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of just applying and applying, and something's gonna show up at some point. But like that, I think that's where the pressure is just like you did it, so now you have to start like obviously trying to find work, and
Finding
then
more again.
and a lot of people that get these MBAs have to take out loans, so you have to like start paying stuff back. So like that's where the pressure is, I think. It's not more the knowledge and stuff because I feel like you go through such like the program is so well, like you go through so much experience with that you just kind of like just gain it automatically. Where even though maybe you don't remember something like that, but then as you like start doing stuff again or you start reading up stuff, you're like, okay, yeah, I remember this and that. So like you start gaining that stuff back, even if you don't start using all of it maybe later. So I feel like that knowledge is always going to kind of be there. So I think the pressure is more like, yeah, just like after it. Okay, this is when I have to start like searching and applying to big boy jobs
Yeah.
and big stuff, so it's like that's where the pressure is, and
Yeah.
a big thing that you said is a lot of these companies are going to put you in groups. So
Yeah.
like the cool thing about the MBA program was being part of group work. I would say majority of it. The last semester there was way less um than than the first 2 semesters. Um but there was a lot of group work. So it was a lot of like working with people and trying to get understand that. So that's why I think that that first semester that we had that meeting about things,
Mm-hmm.
we learned that at the very end semester where we had a leadership class, it was about doing stuff like that is like super beneficial and it increases team efficiency and stuff like that. It's like, oh, like we just did it automatically, but that's something like you should be doing. You should be entering, talking with people, saying like, this is what I do, this is what you do. How can we work better? And you start learning like bigger groups isn't always better, you know?
Right.
There's always a certain amount that you should relatively want to like be around, right? So it's like understanding all these things and um just I think keeping up with it. So I don't think there is that pressure for that part. I'll just say like, yeah, the job market and stuff is like really bad. So that's where the pressure starts to build in, especially
Mm-hmm.
after like let's say you leave the program and you haven't found anything yet. You
Mm-hmm.
start to like, dang, like, am I ever gonna find is it ever gonna come my way? And it will, but you just have to be consistent. Even though you get like hundreds of like no's, you have to keep trying, and at some point
Right,
something
right,
will come your way. So it's always just being consistent and just, being prepared when your time comes, right? So
right.
that's the main thing I would say. Just know that that is a feeling that's going to start happening at the very end of your programs. The feeling of like, okay, like I have to start looking. If I can't find anything, what I'm gonna do. So I would say like start planning for things like that, and you should be okay. And even if you don't get anything, it's all right. Like there's plenty of people that haven't. So it's just okay after your program. That's when you have to start like, okay, boom, apply, search for opportunities out there for even if it's an internship but maybe sometimes like people would say, oh, an internship isn't great because you got an MBA or whatever. I would agree with that, but it depends. Like if it's with a company you really care about, you really, really like, then hey, maybe take that chance. You never know, right? So it's like it depends on like what you're looking for, the aspects, because like many people look for different things. A starting salary, the location, the things that they're able to do, whether it's remote or not. There's a lot of different things that people look for, so
Right.
it just depends on you. So
Right.
I think that's where I think most people would have their thoughts on. I don't think it's more about like making sure you're smart or not, because I think
Mm-hmm.
people are going to see you as smart because you have the MBA.
Right, right. And I feel like that's it because for me, I just finished one internship as a healthcare manager in a camp, but because I've never been to the health field, and that was just like a stepping stone, and now I'm still applying for a lot. And as an international student, I have to go through the process of like CPT and all of that. So like I've applied for like not even kidding, like 85 throughout the summer, and 92 rejected me. Even the ones that I don't remember, like I've applied for like since January, just like send me a text. I'm like, dude, I applied for y'all since January. Okay, this is August. Okay, you have to wait like 8 months for you to reply me and say no. Like, bruv. But sometimes it's like that, and sometimes it's like maybe it's because I'm not smart enough, and I'm doing a lot of certifications again and again and again. And I had a friend who was like, Zona, you're wasting so much money on certifications because sometimes the company's even going to train you. Or maybe what you learn is not what that software person people learn. So how she got her job was she was like connection is very important. Making sure that also the impression you give, even if that person is not your friend, but that person can know someone, making sure that impression is good. I'm not saying be fake, but like, you have to be mature, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you have to, if someone offends you, you just be like, that's cool. I'm not gonna fight you, yet. I might hire someone to beat you up, but you're not gonna know it's me. Please don't do that. We do not promote violence in this podcast.
No,
But yeah, it's definitely the pressure of finding a new job, and even people who are in the new job they're finding it
no,
hard
but
to get there.
for your case, I would even say like continue to do certifications. Like that's just a benefit that's going to be for
Yeah,
you.
that's one good benefit of
So
it.
like do it. I'm doing a couple too, so it's like yeah, just do all the ones that you can because like I don't think that's gonna hurt you. Because
It's
like
not.
the thing about jobs though, it's just like you said, it's like some jobs just put out, oh, we're looking for someone, but they're not actually looking for someone. It's just them putting it out to like do stuff. So like
Right.
it's just like that kind of stuff just doesn't matter. Like people saying, yeah, don't. do the certificate. No,
Yeah.
do them if you have the chance to and are able to. If you
Right.
can, great. And then, yeah, you just have to apply. Like, people are just, some
Yeah, be
companies are
more.
like that where they just, yeah, like they do it, but then they're not actually finding. And
Yep.
then it's like they only choose a certain amount. And then, kind of like what you said, where it's like maybe you do it a couple months and then they don't reach out, and then a couple months later, yeah, oh yeah, no, this and that. We're finally saying no. So it's like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's a, like we said, it's a bad market. So it's kind of tough at the moment, but like you just have to be consistent. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
a lot of no's, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of no's. So you just have to like continue on it. And like you said, if you know people like connections wise, then that's great. Because that's gonna like help you like at least get interviews and such.
Right.
Because like even getting those is like pretty tough nowadays.
Yep.
Is like being able to talk. So it's like it's a tough market, but yeah, like doing stuff to improve your value in terms of like what you can do, like certification wise, do it. Like I'm telling you, people, do it if you are able to. If you can,
Mm,
do it, and you have the time. It's just going to benefit you long term because the more you know, I think the better.
the better.
And
Yep.
then, so yeah, I would say, that.
Um, what was one moment in your MBA you were like that you really loved or you really cherished, like part of your MBA journey?
Mm,
Even if it doesn't have to be with people, but like one moment you were like now that you've graduated, like you're like, I can never forget that, like that day or that moment or that situation. Sorry, I put you on the spot.
I would say just I have a couple moments, right? It's just those moments in when things would happen in the program, and I felt like things didn't go the way I thought or kind of wanted things to go. And
Mm,
what I mean by that is there was a lot of times. The one thing that I do wish was different. Um, in the program, obviously, me and Justin are the very kind of upfront, and we kind of like being around people.
mm-hmm,
So like we would always send like invitations to like do a lot of stuff. And there we did it a couple times, like multiple times. And two times we were able to do it like really well. One was over at a barbecue at my place, and we had a couple of them come, and it was super, super fun. But then
mm,
there are multiple other times where we didn't. Not a lot of people did it, or the times that we did kind of like go with a couple people. Um, I'm someone, telling a little bit about myself. I'm someone that's very, I can be very quiet in a new
mm-hmm,
setting, right, with a lot of people. And the one thing that people have told me is my face, even though I give off like, to me personally, this is how I think, give off like a natural face. Like it's just like not a sad nor a mad nor a happy. It's just like a whatever face. People tend to look at me and think I'm either mad or like sad about something in
mm,
general. So like there would be certain times where we would do something. One example comes to mind, and this is like a little bit later. I'll say like why I'm thankful for something. We all went to a Disney trip with a couple of us, and it was fun. Like I enjoyed that time. It was really really fun. But like during the trip, during the time we were all just walking there, most of the people in the cohort like drinking, and obviously I'm not one to like drink and
yeah,
such. And the cool thing was a lot of people respected it, so like I'm thankful for that at times. So we all went, and we were all going through we went to Epcot, and we went through the flags of the countries. What I meant. And we got to a certain point where we were all just like walking, and again, like I was just having kind of like my neutral face. So we were all walking, and then out of nowhere, I talked with Justin a little bit, and then I looked back, and everyone's kind of gone. And I'm like, oh, okay, like where is everyone? So I started looking, and they're all like together, all like ordering drinks and stuff like that, talking with each other. And I'm like, okay, like that's fine. I thought we were like all just gonna sit around each other, talk a little bit, like. You guys didn't even tell
Mhm.
me to like walk with you guys, so this is like my thinking, obviously. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of bored, right? And I'm just sitting here, well, not sitting here, but standing here, kind of just by myself. I'm not really doing anything. So I told Justin, oh, there's China and Japan coming up, right? The countries coming up in the walk. And I really want to go there and try some of their snacks and
Mhm.
foods and stuff.
Mhm.
So I was like, all right. So I told them. So I started walking off, and then so I did that for a little bit, like it was close to like 40 minutes maybe. And then they finally like catch up, and then Justin starts telling me like, oh, like people were asking like where you were and like what the heck happened. Why do you seem like you're sad or mad about stuff? And I was just like, I'm not like I, what is giving off that sense? Like I don't like when people
Mhm.
ask me like why do you look mad and stuff, I'm like I'm like not mad at all. Like what is giving off that sense?
Like, what
People see
makes
my
you think
face.
I'm mad? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I'm so confused at times like why people think that, even though my face apparently says otherwise, so I'm not really sure. So
Mm.
like people say that and then so then more stuff happened in terms of like people are saying like, oh, he should be thankful he came because you gave him
Oh.
tickets to like come join us and stuff like that. That was some stuff people were saying. Not to me, obviously. That's just stuff that people were hearing from the thing. And then throughout the day, people were like, "Oh, and one of the things I kind of like don't like. There's two things specifically. The first one is um when people like kind of think of something in terms of like, oh, he's feeling this way or that way. Like, is he all
Mhm.
right? Blah blah. I hate when people don't ask the person that's actually feeling that. They ask other
They just
people
assume
around.
that that's it.
So people were asking like Justin or Nick if it's like Brian's okay, blah, blah, blah. But nobody came up to me and asked me, and I'll tell them like how it was. And I don't
Mhm.
know why people tend to like do that. It's like just ask the person because like if you asked me, I would have told you like no, I'm fine. Like I'm having fun. I went to the countries I wanted to, Japan and China, and I kind of wanted to do that. Sure, I'm a little bit sad that maybe we couldn't like been all together, but at the end of the day, am I gonna think that we're all gonna be like super super close and stuff like that? No. So like it at the end of the day, it's fine.
Mhm.
But so that happened, and then the second thing I really hate, and that's maybe for other stories that are gonna come up, um, is people that are saying yes, let's do this, or say yes to the thing, and then they don't keep
They
up
don't
with what
show
they
up.
say. That's definitely that's part of the worst one for me. It's like
Mm.
if you're saying you're gonna do it and yes, like literally saying yes, let's do it, and then when the time comes or something comes up, boom, they don't. That's I kind of hate that. Um, especially with me, Justin and Nick, we definitely hate that and notice that in a lot of people, and it is what it is. Um,
Mm.
but for this case, so that continued. Um, Then we were all together again. We all like fun time. But again, I'm very quiet when it comes to like being around people because like people
Mhm.
there were like um a family member of Nick was there with a friend. Obviously some
Mhm.
people in the cohort, but some people that I kind of didn't talk to as much. So like I would talk here and there when people talk to me. I'm someone that like if you talk with me, I will talk.
Mhm.
But if
Mhm.
if uh, if we're in a big group setting or like a couple of us,
Right. Right.
and I
Right.
have to
Right.
say something, I'm kind of more in the backside unless I get
Get
talked to
like
and
drawn
such.
into the yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So like there's that, but then people take that as me being sad or upset or something like that. I'm more on the quiet side. I don't know what it is. Again, people are saying like my face and stuff, so I don't know. I don't know what to do at times like that because it's like I'm just doing a normal face. Like here, I'm,
Mhm.
I'm like actually showing expression, but like you've seen me a couple times where I'm
Right.
just
Right.
like
Right. Right.
normal, so, like this, right? So
Mhm.
then, like this, people tend to think I'm like sad or something. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm kind of confused about that. Maybe I have to work on that. But so then that happens, and then at the end of the night, Justin takes me back to the garage, And then no, I took him back because I was the one driving. I took him back to the garage and we sat up there and then he started saying like, "Oh, we were saying this. Were you upset?" So then that's when I got like actually like upset. Where it's like, okay, I started like saying like the things that I've been saying now, like why don't these people like ask me and tell me like if everything's okay instead of like talking with other people and kind of guessing what's going on or something like that. And then I start sharing like, oh, if we're in a group, hmm, the one thing I kind of expected is for all of us to kind of be in a group, but in the group that we were in, there were small pockets of people that were kind of doing
Mm,
their own thing. There wasn't like a camaraderie, right? So
mm,
for me, that was kind of upsetting. And um, during the time, I think I got quite upset and I actually showed like emotion, like quite a bit of emotion. Um, but then Justin was able to talk with me, and obviously, like we were able to talk for like a good like hour or something. And that was one of the times I like really appreciated the program because I got to able to meet someone like Justin. And then later on, when we told the thing again with Nick, um, and him were able to like talk with me in a way to make me like see and always say like at the time I knew like the way I was feeling was kind of dumb too. Because like again, like there's always that thing where I say like, yeah, I kind of know like not people are gonna be there, blah blah blah, and this and that. But sometimes you during the
you
moments you kind
hope.
of
Yeah,
forget that.
yeah,
Yeah, you kind
yeah.
of hope and you kind of forget. Especially with me, I'm a big hope person.
Yep, that's both of
Whereas
us.
like I wait, I give people a lot of chances. I do this and do this,
Yeah.
but then it just doesn't end up my way. So I kind of have to just remember that at times. So that's why I felt like that one was kind of hurt a little bit. But
Mm,
at the end, after talking, and I knew like the way I was feeling was kind of dumb. So
mm,
like, but just being able to have somebody there, right, to listen to me and kind of understand kind of like what I was talking about, and then later
mm,
on telling Nick about it, I was definitely thankful for that.
mm,
Um, thankful I was able to make friends in a way to share stuff because I think it's important too to have people that not only you can obviously friends that help you out with business and actually doing the class, but friends that are there for actual like personal, right? Your personal
mm.
life where they can actually like be around and talk and
Right.
help you get an understanding of maybe how things work a little bit better, things like that,
Mm.
So
And be honest with you too.
be honest, 100%. And that's one of the things that I think showed in a lot, right? And especially in the NBA. I feel like people were honest, but they weren't truly honest, right?
Mm,
And the people that were
mm,
truly, truly honest were definitely like Justin and Nick. They're always there, always saying like, "Yo, you messed up here. You did this." No matter like what happened, they would tell you exactly how it was. I feel like some people maybe there didn't or didn't actually share what their thoughts
think
were. Um, so yeah, that's like one example of like those times, just those personal moments, and like all the times we went out to do stuff. We went to Epic Universe, stayed at a hotel, all four of us as a group. And like we said, Epic. We went to Universal so many times. We've done dinners. We've done stuff like that. Those are the moments that I remember clearly. Because, like I said, the NBA is tough. So you definitely need times of enjoyment and rest and understanding and being around people, right? So like I had that with them, and those are the moments I remember, and I'm definitely thankful for. Especially those two, especially with the amount of stuff that happened. Because there's even like crazier stuff that happened too later on, which is just like, what is happening? Like, right? Like, what is going on? And we can share that a little bit later. I'm pretty sure, knowing you, you'll probably ask like, what's the craziest thing that happened or whatever. But,
that
um,
was gonna be my next question, but I'm not gonna say it because you already predicted that.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that those moments for sure. Those
Yeah.
moments are special. And then even some moments with the professor, especially
Mm.
my favorite professor was at the end. And there was
Is it a
one of the
negotiation
freshman semester.
professor?
No, no. So there was one at the beginning, the first semester, an accounting professor. Awesome. Like taught accounting in a easy, awesome way. He was one of those good people, good characters. He loved just teaching us and was always happy to see us and such. Awesome person. He even received like the award for the best teacher for the program and voted by us, obviously. So like he deserved it. He was awesome. And then my favorite one though was last semester, um, the leadership one, Miss
Oh,
Dana.
Lucia.
Yeah, she was awesome. And why I love that class so much was I was able to learn my style of leadership so well. Like I got to understand myself a lot better than I ever have before in the sense of like how I am in the business world, but also like how I view things, right? Like you've known me for a long time of like my things about improving myself and wanting to be a better me, but then having the love and care of like family and friends and people that I care about. And
Mm-hmm.
like there's so many different things to me that I was kind of confused of it. I managed to put all those stuff kind of together into a tier of like, okay, this is what makes me me, right? And I was able to understand that part a lot better and then put that into my business sense, my business leadership, right? So then I was able to figure that out. And I feel like that's going to benefit me a lot in the long term. So that's why I'm more thankful for that class because I was able to understand myself so much more. Um, so I would say those two professors, like any moments with them, just talking, hearing what they had to do, and then obviously the time with the friends just sitting there talking and hearing me out, talking about anything, the getting food, going to events, going things like that, going to the 1OK rock concert with them.
Mm,
Freaking
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. Those are my moments I remember.
What do you, because this is your second master's. You did your master's in finance before, and now you're doing your MBA. What do you think are the differences, or what do you think you like, what are the difference between, and I'm not just talking about academics, but like, do you see that was like, even in academics though, like, what was the difference between MBA and a finance, and how did you grow, or was there any growth that happened from your first master to now your MBA? Do you feel like there's a difference, or there's a growth, or there's something you learned, or there's something that changed, or something?
Um, so the MBA was more group focused. The finance
Mm,
was more just like me, just
mm,
that was it. Like finance was just like straight up just doing your own work, figuring
right.
out stuff on your own. It was a more science kind of based, right? Science based kind of degree is just like understanding hard work and doing constant math, figuring out the Excel problems and things like that, figuring out problems, etc. Doing all that stuff was just like more about yourself. But the MBA was more about the group, right? More about the group and understanding how things work, talking, communication. So that was the biggest difference, right? Just learning that, like being part of the group and having to, depend on people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depend on these people to do good work and to be with you during the whole time. So like that was the main thing. Academically, I say the finance was obviously harder just
Mm-hmm.
because like it's just straight up by yourself, so you have to
Right.
figure it out. So the MBA was cool because we got to learn from so many people from so many different
Mm-hmm.
backgrounds, right? And having an understanding. And the cool thing about the MBA was learning about all different sides. So
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
management, finance, accounting, leadership,
HR, leadership,
HR,
right.
yeah, all that stuff. So like, I say that was the biggest difference and the coolest part. But yeah, I mean that's probably it. Um, I would say yeah, just like understand if you're doing your MBA, it's more about like getting used to that process of being around people all the
People,
time,
right.
figuring out, stuff like that. And when you're doing more stuff like finance, accounting, things like that, it's going to be you. You're going to have to figure stuff out. Maybe sure you might have like a group assignment here or there, but like it's going to be you for the most part. And those exams are going to be all you, so it's like it's just studying and being consistent, right? And the MBA, yeah, it's just communication, talking, understanding people, Understanding all business. It's not just that one section that you might be doing in a separate master or something like that. So that was the biggest difference for sure.
Mm. Um, Now when we talk about MBA, let's talk about um let's pause on MBA for now. What do you think is like you feel like, and this is you can involve MBA, but like people who like are afraid to go to the next. I have a lot of friends who just probably started, especially my coworkers I worked in the summer, they just started college or they're ending college and they want to get their masters or want to, try something different. But like for them, it's hard. Like I had one girl who was like, you've been to Korea and you went to Korea at such a young age. Like I want to do that. I want to study abroad. And I'm just scared, that you're just scared to go to the other, excuse me, take another step that is not, something they're used to, their family's used to. And I was like, there's probably,
Mm.
if there's one person I know who I can find anywhere on earth, it's definitely Bryan. Like you're talking about Bryan's in Japan, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm already used to that. But like, we're like people who have like we've gotten out of our comfort zone. We've seen, we've taken the next step. And so what do you think is like an advice? And I also say after you say that, but I also say mine, but what do you think is like an
Yeah,
advice you give to someone, especially like a young youth, not even young youth, but people who are like they want to, but they're just hesitating.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what do you say?
To be honest, the main thing is like take the leap.
Mm,
Like you never because that's just such an interesting thing too, right? Where I was like that as well when I was younger. I was afraid of doing all these different things, and it took me a long time to kind of realize like no matter what people say or like advise you and things like that,
mm-hmm.
it's up to you,
Right.
right? It's up to you, and you have to be able to be like, man, I'm scared in this moment, but what the feeling that I have of wanting to do it, the joy that I might get from it,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want. That's what I care about,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
That's what you've been thinking about, been wanting to do. So if you've been wanting to do and you are able to, well, that's the most important to you. If you are able to do so, let's not like don't like do stuff just because like it just comes into your mind. Like be able to do it, have a plan, and like don't like push your self or like maybe like do things like take out a bunch of money just to do it. And, like think of this like logically.
Right.
If you're able to do it, like able to do so in a
Mm-hmm.
good, responsible way, do it. Have fun. Take that lead. Like I said, like it's all about steps and the beautiful thing about a journey and experience is like it's yours, right? It's yours and you're able to feel so many different things from it. And I was like you, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you that was afraid and maybe unsure about it. And then there was just one day where I was like, I have to do it. I
Right.
want to experience the world. I want to see the world. I want to get to meet people. I want to explore. I
Right.
want to have fun. I want to do all these different things. I've seen Japan in videos and movies, and I've seen these all these different countries, Egypt with all these things, and I want to go there. I want to do that. So I was like, yeah, this is my time. And then luckily, things worked out for me in a sense because, granted, in a bad sense, because the burnout and all that stuff that I talked about
Right.
before. But I'm thankful because I had that bad that I was
Right.
able to gain so much good and have that experience of 2 years just doing whatever I wanted, going
Mm-hmm.
wherever I wanted. And I got to see so many just beautiful, the world is a beautiful place.
Right.
Like
Definitely.
when you go out there, you see so many just different things from what you experienced growing up. Like for me in America and in Colombia, for example,
Right.
going to all these different locations is like, wow, like this
Yeah.
place is just naturally beautiful. The mountains, the sea, the forest, the
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 people.
cities, the people, the oh, it's just the food. The culture,
the
the
food.
language. It's just so awesome. I always loved that, right? I always had that feeling of wanting to do it. And right, like man, I was scared. I was like, man, what happens if this? What happens if that? But at the end of the day, you just gotta take that leap of faith. But no matter what I say, it's not gonna change. It's up to
Right.
you. And you have to feel in your heart the desire that you want to, right?
Mhm.
And once you get it and you do it, and you're there and you're experiencing all that awesome just stuff out there, you're gonna love it. And I promise you, like the world is really a beautiful place. Obviously,
Definitely.
there's things that happen, and
Mm-hmm, hmm
there's always gonna be stuff that happens. And granted, there might be some stuff that happens in your journey along the way that's a little bit tough, right? It's gonna happen. But if you have the belief in yourself, you have a good support system with you. Like me and Xerona, for example, when we have our faith in God, we know that He's going to be there for
Right.
us.
Right.
So it's just all that just feeling, right? It's just wanting to do it. Just do it and enjoy life. Enjoy life. The life is short.
Life
Life
is
is really
short, man.
short.
It's very
Life is
short.
really short, and time is going by quick. Like literally next month, I'm turning the big 30, which is crazy. I'm an old man
At this
already.
month,
Crazy. So it's like,
this
oh
month,
jeez.
really.
Um, but yeah, so it's like it's just life is short. Life is short.
Life
Enjoy it.
is.
Enjoy it. Just
I'm 6 years
enjoy.
to 30. 6 years to 30.
You're still young, girl. But
Have
yeah, just enjoy it. Have fun. Do it.
fun,
Do
man.
the
Yeah.
traveling. Do the opportunities. The
Yeah.
opportunity to study abroad. Do it.
Right.
Do it. You don't know who you might meet. You might meet like the
Uh-huh.
next big person in that country. Who
Mhm.
knows,
True,
right?
true, true, true.
So it's like just go out there, experience it. The world is awesome. And like the thing I always say is my experience throughout traveling the world and meeting all these people and cultures and things has benefited my life.
Right.
Because it made me
Definitely.
understand so many different things, people, and how they see things and how they deal with things, right? So I'm able to put that in my mindset, my perspective, and my feelings, right? So I'm able to understand things a lot better than I wouldn't before. And in a business sense, the world is growing, right? Globally.
It is going
It's
globally.
globalization. So like the more you
Mm-hmm.
understand the world and being able to be part of it, the better you're gonna be off, I think. So maybe
Definitely.
look at it that way if you're not thinking in the more personal sense, right?
Right, right.
So
Definitely.
I just say that like yeah, just take the leap.
Yeah.
Like don't be afraid. Obviously, there's gonna be moments that might be a little bit tough, but
Very.
you're strong. You're strong people. You have a
Mm,
strong sense. You have a strong desire of wanting to try so many different things, and we need more
mhm.
people like that, more willing to try and be together and go do all these experiences. That's just gonna benefit the world in the long run, I think. So
Yeah.
just do it for me. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. We're not sponsored by Nike, by the way. But yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, we're not
We
yet.
should be though. At some time.
Yet.
Some point.
Yet. Yeah. If people ever told people about this podcast, if you want to sponsor us, you have a small business, tell us. We here. Hey, we're growing. But yeah, definitely. Like I was telling her, like being going to Korea, like funny enough, I was not even a K-pop or K-drama person. Like literally. Like I was just like, maybe I should just go. And I went. And it was just the grace of God. And definitely, dude, in Korea, there was what did I not face? Fake friends, um, confusion. I got in trouble because I know the language. Do you remember the time my bank account was like
Yep.
frozen because someone just gave me money for helping her do something, and it was like it led to like a whole
Investigation.
almost 6 months of my account being frozen and both of my account, and they were like, "Hey, you're linked to fraud." Who? I'm too broke to be linked to fraud. Like, yo, trust me, if I was doing fraud, I would have stolen like $3 million. Trust me, at least. But yeah, I was saying like tuition, people you meet. I was even telling her like sometimes I'll be like the only. If I didn't have anyone who was not an exchange student, I'm literally the only person who's not Asian. And I got like in some most of my class I can never forget in 2019 and 2022, those were the only 2 years I actually had like in-person classes. I remember me, especially my first semester, I just looked and I'm like, am I the only one that is not Asian here? And it's not like it's a bad thing, but like you're in a place where people like all the Vietnamese sit down by themselves, all the Chinese sit down by themselves, and you're just like, man, I gotta start making friends, And that really, because luckily I had friends who like Kiana from Vietnam, my Indonesian friend, and my Myanmar friend, and we're called like the diversity group. And even now in Liberty, I still have that diversity group. And in the long run, it helped me adapt to so many things. It helped me make friends with so many people. And a lot of companies are looking like I have one person who asked me, what is so special about you? And I told them like I don't want to, but like the fact that I have been with a lot of diverse people makes me adapt to different situations. There's sometimes where sometimes I come with good intentions, but culturally it might be bad. I don't know if that makes sense. Like you do something, you like it's not for like harm, but it's kind of harmful due to the culture or due to the person's perspective. And I'm like, oh, you know, so definitely. So mine is just don't think about. I mean, I don't say don't think about it, but like think about it. Like even going to Florida, I didn't have money. Like I literally told Brian, I got to who has $200 in Florida? Tell me. Who budgets in a Florida trip with only $200 in your bank account? And man, dude, that was my whole savings. But I met Brian. Brian was like, we can make it work, and we did. And I bought stuff. Like I bought a lot. Like I with my $200 and some change of like $40 left, I was able to like go through it. And because of that, like that's an experience. And I met Justin, I met Apple, I met Jose, I met Sarah, I met Justin's boyfriend, I met Nick. Um, and I met those kind of people. And it's just like, man, as I said, man, you two, even 30, I feel like 30 is not even old, like I'm meeting 45-year-olds who are like traveling, like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, they're like, look, age is nothing but a number. And I understand your situation was that they didn't have money, they were growing up in a very struggling home. Now they're able to like find themselves. They have kids, they're like in middle school and high school, and they still bring their kids along with them. They may not have like a bougie stay in a five-star restaurant kind of or in a five-star hotel, but because of that, your kid is actually able to like adapt to stuff and see things in a very different perspective. So, you know, and it will also be good because you don't know who your husband could be. I could have right now I could like if I was in Korea, if I stayed longer, maybe I should have married a K-pop star or probably married Ganyu or like probably be the
Oh,
princess.
you.
Or GD. I could probably be Miss GD, Miss G Dragon, or you know, I could probably be Brian is okay, so not shut up. But I'm just saying, you'll never know. You never know. I mean,
There?
COP may be waiting for me. Daesung may be waiting for me. Taeyang is already married, but I don't mind being a second wife.
Oh,
Okay, scratch, scratch, scratch. But yeah, and it's kind of getting late. But what um what do you think was or is your now that you've graduated, based on your MBA program or based on your MBA period, what do you think is a strength or two strengths that you have like adapted to or you have gained from your MBA program?
um, the first one, like I said, there was a little bit of the leadership that I was able to learn,
Mm-hmm.
how I'm able to communicate with people and try to understand them in that way. Like I knew I was a mentor and kind of like liked helping people, but learning how to do it and
Mm-hmm.
learning how my strengths involve changing my perspective and how I help people, right? So like that was one thing for sure that I learned was like, man, I'm a very people person. Like I even
Mm-hmm.
even like in the business sense, I care about the relationship, doing the job right, but worrying about you, making sure you're doing okay, making sure this and that. So like working my way through that process, right? And then the second way, um, hmm, the second one, I would say I think something that's improved is I'm more just more willing to go up to like people now. Like before, I would say like I was very like I kind of am still am maybe more personal life, I think. Quiet, more to myself. Sometimes I do get that sense, like obviously when I was in Korea, the wanting to like make friends
Mhm.
kind of made me was like push myself to like actually go up
Right,
to people,
right.
like, hey, you
Same,
want to be
same.
friends? But like
Same.
when I'm here, I don't do that at all.
Yeah.
So like I'm very quiet and very to myself. So like during the program, I think I learned that like, oh, okay, so I need to start going up to people, saying who I am. This is like making connections, right? Making that important thing. I always knew connections important, and luckily I've been able to make good connections.
Yeah.
But like just doing it more constantly, right? So
True.
I was able to do that and able to go up to like different programs and be like, hey, this is my name, this is what I do. Blah, blah, blah. Like I was able to do that more consistently. And met some awesome people in great positions and things like that. So obviously I think that benefited me in the long term. But I think it's just like, yeah, just being less afraid of just going up and just saying, hey, this is me, this is what I do, and this is this. I think I was missing that part a little bit of at least being a little bit more urgent with it, right? In terms of
Mm,
like I was very like for example, at the beginning of the semester there was a very beginning there was a what was it? The orientation. But the orientation was us, the quicker MBA program, and then the longer one, which is kind of like yours, a 2 year.
yeah.
And I was the only one that went up to the 2 year ones and said hello to every single person, gave them my hand, and said like, "This is what I do. This is who I am.
Right.
Let's connect and whatever." I was the only person that did it. So like,
Mm,
I was like, "Oh, okay." But then like, this is like the learning process, right? Of getting better. During the Christmas party, it was a Christmas party. Um, I was it Christmas party or no, it wasn't during Christmas, but it was like the time before the holiday.
mm,
Um, we had like a dinner, and during the dinner, I kind of didn't go up to anyone. I just kind of like stuck to around my friends and stuff. So it was like I didn't kind of help myself in that situation, and I could have. So like learning that difference, right? Of like, I should have been more consistent, more going to them and actually talking, right? So then
mm.
at the end, I learned to do that more. I tend to be more in the business sense, more like that. So I think those two, it's just growing as a leader, understanding who I am as a leader, and then just being more consistent with like going out to people, being more connected, more impactful in that sense, right? So I think those are the two most important things that I learned.
I've asked you a lot of questions about it.
Yeah.
So it's time for the segment of Xerona's random questions. Now this is going to be really really crazy because it's random. But you're from Florida and you live in Orlando. Like, yeah, you live in Orlando. And so I'm thinking this was definitely good. And I've been to where you're at. Like I stayed with your in your house and met your mom. And if you were a type of theme park ride, so there's roller coasters, there's the boat, there's the teapot, there's a lot. Based on like what type of ride are you? Like, are you a roller coaster or are you like a
Hmm.
merry-go-round, like merry-go-round? Like, what are you? Like, what kind of ride are you? That's so random, but
Mine's never really a random question.
it's Zerona's random
I'm
segment.
not a roller coaster. Well, I love roller coasters, but I don't think I'm a roller coaster
No, I don't think
because
you're a roller
I'm not
coaster.
very up and down like that.
No.
I'm very stable, right? Very even keel kind of person.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like even
yeah, yeah,
keel.
yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
always usually myself no matter what. So I tend to be
Right.
in like a straight line. So I would say like I would be either like a like a dark ride, like maybe like a when I
Oh,
say dark ride, I meant like a ride that
let me
like
see.
the
Let me
Harry Potter
see.
one, right? Like takes you through a story, or
Ah.
like the new one, Epic, the dark ride, the monsters ride, where they
Mm-hmm.
take you through the story that happened, right? Or maybe the Spider-Man one, something like that, where it's like a something that you enjoy, but you take it through like the story, you take it through the
Mm-hmm.
time, you doing like that. Merry-go-round maybe too, like stable, right? Peaceful, kind of just like normal who he is, kind of
Yeah.
just going in a circle, right? Just consistency. That's why I always try to be consistent. I always try to be the same Bryan no matter what, but also improving. You know what
Mm.
I mean? So that's why I kind of like the dark ride, the story one, where it's like you ride it every single time and it's the same. But every time you see that story, it's so cool. It's just so like interesting. You're going through it, right? So I kind of see myself as that. Or like I said, the merry-go-round is not too bad either. I think something like that. I would say.
That is a very random question, but that makes so much sense actually. Because I was like, you're
Yes.
definitely not a roller coaster. Mm-mm.
Nah, I'm not that
No,
guy.
no, no, no. For me, I think I'll be like the one with the horses and that goes round and round and round. I don't know what is that called?
Isn't it a merry-go-round?
I think it is.
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, the one with the horses and then you get to round. Yeah. Why? Because I feel like I can be very annoying, but you're gonna enjoy me. Because you just
Same.
go around and around in circles, so it's like it's annoying, but like you enjoy it. You get, I don't know if you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
He's like, Xerona, I'm done with you. Bryan can never be done with me. Or, what's a Ferris wheel? I am am I a Ferris wheel? I don't think I am, because like a Ferris wheel is like, no, no, so I'm the merry-go-round thingy. Yeah, I'm annoying, crazy, like, yeah. That or bumper car. Do you think I'm a bumper? No, I don't think because I don't bump to people that much. I'm not very. Do I have a very? I don't think I have a very like personality. Do I?
Mhm.
Do I have the
Mhm.
power? The power, power? Sorry, G Dragon is not sponsoring me yet. But
It's-
yeah, I'll say yeah, definitely. I'll say like the merry-go-round is one of it. What do you think? Justin would be? What ride do you think Justin would be?
He's a roller coaster.
I love the shit. Zona, you know he's a roller coaster. Okay, he's a roller coaster. What
He's
about
a-
Nick?
he's more steady than I am, so probably even something like a bull ride, like an awesome bull ride or something.
Mm,
Peaceful, tranquil, like on the water, just like this is cool.
What about
This is
Jose?
hey, um, he's not as crazy as a roller coaster though,
No.
but
Yeah.
he is kind of
I feel like he's like a train. You know those train rides?
mm, maybe.
Like he could go fast, but he can also go slow.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, I
great,
feel
I
like
agree,
he's
I
more of
agree.
a train ride. He's more of a train ride. Yeah.
Sarah's
If
a
you
roller
guys,
coaster.
Sarah, no, Sarah is like, I don't think I've ever met like in person someone that's like so cool. So many, like I feel like he's a bumper car.
She's a bumper.
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes sense.
Cause like when you clash with her, you just want, I'm not saying you want to fight her, but like you just want to like meet her all the time. I don't know if it
Yeah,
makes sense. Like
yeah, yeah.
that kind of friend, that kind of person is like, she's that kind of friend that would be like straight up to me. I'll be like, if I'm going through a bad breakup, she's probably the best person to talk to. She's just like,
Yeah, yeah,
so
I
I'll say
agree, I
bumper
agree.
car.
I
Yeah.
agree, I agree.
Yeah, she's this kind of, she's this kind of niece, like older sister I need.
Yeah,
I like
I
Xerona.
agree.
And she got really good fashion sense. So yeah, I've never seen Sarah. She taken though, but she's like that. What do you think your sister is?
She's calm. So Mary, Bryan, whatever's more calmer than a merry-go-round. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's definitely yeah, yeah. She's like a caterpillar ride. In those caterpillar rides.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so weird. We're comparing people. Welcome.
It's what we do. It's what we
That's what
do.
we do. Actually, this is our random question segment. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So let us know what kind of ride you are. Let us know and why. If you're a roller coaster, let us know why you're a roller coaster. If you're a bumper car, let us know why you're a bumper car. If you're a water ride, let's know what kind of water ride you are. So, yeah, that's.
Let us
If
know.
you're a tower ride, let us also know that too. Those ones that you go like up and then.
It's true.
Just let us know, man. Let us know. It's a weird question, but I was like, since you're in Florida, and I've actually been to Florida, didn't go to any theme parks. Still planning to go. But I was just like, yeah, that would be definitely like a great um question to ask. What do you want to say anything, Brian?
About, oh, this in general?
About what?
In
Yeah, just in
general?
general.
Oh,
Yeah.
um, yeah, just finishing up with the MBA is just, like I said, I'm thankful for it, but again, um, there's even, maybe there'll be a second part to the MBA. Maybe I'll do that part. Maybe I even do like a single video, just me just talking about it, but yeah, just like things that happen along the way, meeting more people than people that I consider like friends,
Mm-hmm.
like that I see now. Like I'm not sure about if they are. I like that's the thing, right? Like during the time you're there, you're kind of like all focused with each other, but then like I think what's most important to notice is like when you're out of the program, people that still reach out, still kind of talk with you.
Right.
Like those, that's what you notice. And like obviously during the program, I wish a lot of things were to happen. There was like a game, like a board game group that was going on. I wish I was invited to that. Um, Me, Justin, and Nick made a movie team with some of the people there. We were able to go to some movies, but we haven't said anything like lately. So there's nothing said about that. There was a planned trip about going to the beach weekend, like
Mm.
getting an Airbnb, but nothing is said there. We have a one friend that, dealt with things, but then talked like a lot, and I consider them close. And like, I still kind of, that person I still understand really well because of like
Mm.
what's happening, but like recently haven't heard nothing. So it's like, all right, if they don't care, like at the end of the day, you just gotta let it be and let it go, right? That's just how it is, right? And, you give your time, and if people don't give you the time back, then it's just not worth it. So it's just kind of learning that. Um, you kind of wish it was different, and maybe some you're still like waiting and seeing, but who knows, right? You just never know. But again, nothing bad to say about anyone. Um, all respect to them. I appreciate them for being my cohort, and I'm thankful for all of them being my cohort. Um, Great memories during the time there. So, um, but yeah, like I said, you appreciate maybe everyone and know everyone, but at the end of the day, you're probably not going to be close with everyone. You're only going to be
Right.
very few. So, but I'm thankful for the ones that stay, Justin and Nick for sure. I'm very thankful for them. Everyone else, we'll see. We'll see if they care about being friends with me or not, or wanting to like do stuff. Who knows? That's the one thing about life, right? You just
Right.
wait and see, and then obviously some other stuff like at the beginning of well, not the beginning. It was kind of like middle of the program. I started to. I'm pretty sure I told you already. No,
Mhm.
I did tell you.
Yeah.
The maybe have an interest in someone. Liking is too much of a word, but interest in someone, and then something happening, and then that person ended up maybe trying with another person, and then that person ended up hating me somehow. because I just asked a question and then they were like just acting in a weird way against me. They didn't want to do business with me in the class because of it.
Yeah.
Like it was just like stuff that just when you look back, you're just like, why was I in it? Like I literally at the beginning of that, like I asked like, yo, that's what you want to happen, then I'm fine. I'll leave, blah blah blah. And I was totally fine with it. But then I got put into the mess later, then for like no reason. So like sometimes like some stuff that just happened, you're kind of just like, I wish some people were maybe just a little bit more mature mindset of like how I am. But I can't look at it that way because most of the people are like 4 or 5 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And even at my age, I think people always tell me like I'm more mature than my age. So
Mm-hmm.
like I can't look at people and be like, oh yeah, like people are mature and they understand how things work and they can just talk instead of just a bunch of this drama that's just really dumb and just you know what I mean. It's just unnecessary, I think.
Right.
So I wish they had some points there was better communication. Um and like I said, people saying they will and they don't, and so that that's upsetting and I think it's fair to be upset and the people may be like, oh, why, I don't know, but it is what it is. So it's like things are gonna happen in the NBA no matter what. So just have those people that value and care about and that value you. That's important. There for you, and you're gonna be good no matter what. And I would say being able to speak about it and talk about it with them, or just saying or sharing it in a nice way like this, right? Like, sure, all those things weren't great, but I don't have ill intent with anyone. I don't feel like bad for like hate people or anything. Like stuff happens, you move on. It's okay. Like I said, I don't really think anyone's really a bad person there. And it's just, sometimes people don't mesh. Wrong time at the wrong moment. People busy doing their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People don't value the way you value, and that's okay, you know? So it is what it is. So I'm gonna move on. But overall, I've enjoyed my time with the NBA, and I'm super thankful for that 1 year. Excited for the journey that's coming up. Searching for jobs, well, better jobs, obviously, better
Yeah.
jobs, more high risk, high paying, like all this other stuff, like stuff that
Right.
you expect from it, right?
Yeah.
So
Like
like
a
I'm excited for
different
that journey
journey.
and challenge coming up. Um, I'm excited to rest a little bit. I'm excited to do some stuff. Seeing Justin Sunday, going to Universal with Jabari and them. That's gonna be fun. Nick is doing well up there in Boston. So
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
actually going to
it's good.
Boston too.
Oh, you
Well,
then yeah, you
I
will be able to see.
yeah, I'm speaking at a conference in Boston. They invited me and I was like, I don't think I'll
Yeah.
go, but I was like, yeah, let's go. And my school like sponsored me, so I was like,
You
speaking of
should.
conference.
You
Yeah,
have to visit the concert.
yeah. Probably see Nick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be match match. I cannot pronounce that word. The capital of Boston.
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts?
Yeah,
Massachusetts. I would say Massachusetts.
it's all right. That's not what it works to me.
Massachusetts. Sorry, y'all. I'm not American. So please,
No, yeah.
please don't make fun of me. Yeah. For me, pray to God, thank God, live your life, be happy because you're too pretty to be stressed, even if I am. And laugh. Like, man, why you laugh? What? Yeah. Wait, what's up? Am
What?
I ugly?
Anya?
Yeah, 맞아. 너 너무 예뻐. Annoy your friends because, like when Bryan is like a CFO now, like it's gonna be hard for me to annoy him. You know what I mean? Like he'll be
I
like, oh,
don't,
I'm too
I
busy.
don't think that would be the case at home.
I feel like it would be because you have like your other workers to annoy you, but my annoyance is different. Like my annoyance can raise up people from the dead. to come slap me. That's how I know. But good annoying, not bad annoying. Like you know, I'm like a leash that you don't want to unleash. It's getting
Okay.
late. It's getting late.
It's late.
It's
It's
getting late.
already 12.
It's already late. Screw everything I said.
Woo.
Just get it out. But yeah, we just wanted to of course like have this podcast, and it's like what, almost 12, it's 12 already, and
Um,
we have been procrastinating it, but we wanted to really have this and talk about an accomplishment from our lovely host, Mr. Bryan.
yes.
MBA Bryan. Now we're gonna call him MBAB. You're Maba. Your name is Maba now. No, wait.
Okay.
MBAB. Mab Mab.
All right, stop. Continue on where you're doing. Let's go.
We'll find a nickname. We'll find a nickname. We'll find a nickname. But yeah. Yeah, and I just want to say so thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about it. You're the best podcast to listen to when you're driving alone because it's like you're actually having a conversation with us. So yeah. An annoying pretty girl and Bryan.
Oh gosh. Like she said, let's continue. Like she said, so hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell icon whenever new videos come out. We'll do it more often, promise. It's
Right.
been time because graduation and stuff like that was kind of
Right.
hectic. So, but now that Zerona's back, and then I'm more free now, obviously, way more free. So, we should be able to do episodes. So I look forward to that. I'm excited. Let us know if there's any topics you want us to talk about.
Yes.
We'll definitely do it. But yeah, so watch the video, like it, tell people. Obviously, I'm doing the Spotify thing too. At some point soon, we'll do the Apple, um,
Yeah.
Apple podcast as soon as means are going to kind of figure out a little stuff on that, and then we can start uploading stuff there too. But yeah, so yeah, just take a listen on Spotify. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Kind of like Xerona said, we just have a conversation where we feel like you're also involved here, right? It's just a normal conversation between people dealing with life and situations. That's what we wanted to do, right? It's where
Mm-hmm.
you have this comfortable talk, right? With you being here, listening, and maybe dealing with the same situations we're dealing with. That was the most important thing for us, and just sharing. And because I feel like, um, sadly, not a lot of people can share or are able to share. So if we can do it, we're gonna do it in the best way we know how, which is
Right.
just being ourselves and chatting and making fun of ourselves like Zerona just did. Um, but
Yep.
yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, if not the audio from Spotify. So yeah, it's been a little bit, but yeah, graduate now. Zerona soon. My sister soon too. The semester
Woo!
coming up.
Show.
Yeah, so super exciting time. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna be good, and then hopefully more good news, jobs, and all that stuff for Zerona, my sister, and I later on will be coming again. We'll start bringing on more guests and stuff like that. I'll start asking around, see, maybe bring some people from the NBA so they can share their stories too. That'll be cool. Um, and yeah, so well, Zerona did an awesome job freaking hosting today. She was killing it. But yeah, just to end it, obviously, like you said earlier. I'm one of your hosts, Brian, and that's obviously Miss.
This is Xerona with an
The,
X.
yeah, I always remember that part.
That was
Um,
the X part.
oh gosh. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Enjoy your time. Spend it with your family, your friends, your loved ones. And yeah, just enjoy it. And like we said, if you have the opportunity to do some things, take the leap. Don't be afraid. Do it. Enjoy your time. And yeah. Have an awesome time, guys. See you soon. This will be uploaded hopefully sometime very soon, maybe tomorrow. Oh, well, tomorrow I'm a little bit busy. Maybe at nighttime. But yeah, look for it soon. Another pod coming soon. More guests coming up. Xerona. At the beginning of the video, I'll share some pictures like when Xerona brought up the her coming and stuff. Maybe I'll
Hmm.
put up like a picture of us and stuff like that so you guys can see. It'd be cool. While we're talking, like it shows it. But yeah, that's it. So bye guys, it's late. We're gonna get some sleep.
You should.
So yeah, have a good one, guys. Hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed the episode. See ya. Bye.
Bye.